the challenges come in more different kind of physical challenges. So if you haven't foam rolled, I want you to have your foam roller close, because we will just grab it and use it. But let's do a little bit of just pure mobility. And I'm just going to grab my foam roller so it's close. But this is going to be a very strength-oriented session. So it's going to be the heavier loads into the body in different lines and whatnot. So the first thing I want you to do is just go nice and wide. And we are constantly working on that hip hinge, right? How my butt is behind my heels. And I work just enough with people that are right in front of me, client work, that I know that a lot of times when I'm talking about push your hips back, they're just tipping at the hip. And I want you to see the difference between that and that. So a true hip hinge, your hips drive to the back, okay? So the first move I want you to do is just drive those hips to the back. We're going to use the hands as a counterbalance. Hips to the back, hands to the front, way below your chin. And we're just going to go in and out of that. Scoop from the bottom, drive your hips back. Your toes are going to want to come off the ground, but don't let them come off the ground. 3, just keep loading that high hamstring. 4, and you're starting to understand how we train the fascial system and how the casings of the muscles, and training that is even more important than training the muscles themselves. It's the connective tissue that brings us so much pain in the ass, injury and whatnot. So just keep moving in and out of this. It's like a pump. And I think the other thing that's going to become very characteristic of this group and my people, shake that out, is the amount of patience that you're willing to work with. Shake, shake, shake. Go back into that wide stance. We're going to use the hands to reach across the body, and we're just reach and reach. So there's nice rotation through the upper body, reach across the body, reach across the body. And the quality of our movement just keeps going up and up. Your hips are way to the back when we do this, guys. Good. All right, shake that out. Now, we're going to do foot grabs. So when we do foot grabs, we've got a little bit of a balance challenge. When your knee is in front, so you just peek down. If you can see the front of your quad, you're in a bad spot. I want you to pull that quad back. And just let that go. Same thing other side. Foot grab. Knee back behind the midline. Use your other hand for a little counterbalance if you need to. Get long through your belly. We're going to keep doing foot grabs. We've got 5 each side. Good. 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 Starts getting better and better, right? Practice. Good. One more each side. Good. Yay. Back to that wide stance, hips to the back. We're going right through each one of those one more time. Hips to the back, hands to the front. Keep going. I'm just going to show you how far back those hips are going. 2, hands are low. Keep everything out of your neck. 3, 4, 5, lots of patience. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake that out. Now we're going to do those lateral reaches. So a nice big stance, turn the toes in, hips to the back, reach and glide, arms low, palm is up. There's no level change here. You see how my head is nice and balanced, going side to side, loading into the left, loading into the right. Whoa, hips are so far back on my heels. Good. Shake that out. Like a rag doll. You can tell I'm big into dancing. Okay, ready? Right leg, foot grab. Left leg, foot grab. It doesn't mean I'm not yanking on my foot, trying to get my foot close to my hip. I don't care about that. Just get it wide if you have to. So if you can't do that, that doesn't matter. Make it long. Good? Good. Make it long. Lift your posture nice and tall. Good. One more each side. Good. I'm tipping. I'm still tipping. Okay, I'm back. That's that sweet spot when you can just start feeling that. Okay, let's grab the number 2 dumbbells. We're going to go through a little circuit here, right? We're going to go around 3 times, and we're just going to stay continuous. It's our number 2 dumbbell. It is a weight that you should be able to put over your head. Comfortable but doable, okay? Everything's going to go 10 reps on the first round, 8 reps on the second round, 6 reps on the third round. We're going to go straight leg deadlift, hips to the back. Then we're only going single arm shoulder press. So for my friend Laura, for anybody else that might have a little bit of a neck issue, you might go down to your number 1 dumbbells to push overhead, but you can see how single arm allows me to kind of accommodate with a side bend. And so it doesn't have to be a bodybuilder shoulder press. All right. So 10 on the first one, straight leg deadlift. Great posture, guys. Here we go. Just to the knees, no lower. 2, 3. Hips back. 5, 6, 7. Hip hinge. 8, 9, 10. If you have a neck issue, go to your number 1 dumbbell. If you don't, we're going number 2. 1, 2, 10 reps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you don't have to stay stable. You can use a little hip shift there. Ready? 10. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next round, only 8 reps. Ready? Grab both dumbbells. Here we go again. Just to the knees. 1, 8 reps. 5, 6, 7, and 8. We go right arm. 6, 7, 8, Same thing, other side. 1, 6, 7, and 8. Grab both dumbbells. We go right into 6. Ready? Here we go. Great posture. Tip to the knee. 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right back. 2, 3, and 6. Same thing, other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Feel strong today. That's good. All right. Let's get that foam roller. We're just going to work the hips. So this is reactive foam rolling because it's the back side of the body. And we're just working through like a massage. 3, we got 10 reps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same thing, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, laying on your back. We did this last week with, this is called the dead bug position, right? So from that position, right here, we want flat hips, neutral pelvis. I've been watching myself in the mirror as I've been on my bicycle. Neutral pelvis on the bike, guys, flat back. So let's gently grab the knees, and your low back needs to be flat into the ground. Let's put 2 hands on the right knee, extend the left. And when you extend, I want you to push through the heel. Touch the calf to the ground, bring it back up. Lightly grab the left leg, reach through the heel, touch the calf. Do not let the low back come off the ground. Incredible focus here. 3, 4. Low back stays on the ground. 5, 6. From a position of being on the bicycle, for those of you who care, this ability to do this with control is going to massively improve your opportunity to increase your power, because you'll have freedom in your hips and you will begin to access your glutes. Good. Back onto your foam roller. Have a seat on the foam roller. We're going to go 10 passes on the glute. Lateral glute. See my hip, my other hip is a little bit elevated, right? Go in the lateral aspect of that glute. 2, 3, 4. We got 10 passes here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch to the other lateral glute. So you're just a little bit, this cheek is off the foam roller. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, grab your number 2 dumbbell. You only need 1 dumbbell for this. Okay, so it's number 1 dumbbell. You got it in the right hand. Left hand is going to go behind your head. And I'm standing sideways because I want you to be able to see. But this one, there's not a hip hinge. You're going to stay straight up and down. Left arm up, Nice big side bend. You see the hip shift? Come on back. So I'm not trying to stay upright and tip here. I'm letting that hip load laterally, right? That hip is shifting away from this weight. This weight is essentially going straight down, okay? If you can do it comfortably here, do it. If you can do it comfortably here, it's a little bit more advanced, okay? So we're doing a single arm side bend. Feet inside of shoulder width. 2. We're loading TFL, this muscle right here. 2, 3, just give some tension there. 4, 5, good. 6, 7, we got 10 reps. 8, gently loading TFL. 9, and 10, good. And you start to recognize when you put your hand on your head, how your lat interacts with your hip, right? Hopefully in a really healthy way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Side bend. 5. And if some is good, more isn't necessarily better. You just want to keep getting some of this, and you load that tissue in a really healthy way. 8, 9, and 10. Let's go right back to the other side. Same thing for 10. Hip shift. 1. We're loading it lightly with our number 2 dumbbell. 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice, guys. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, good, and 10. Once we have healthy hip shifting, and that's going to be important. We can do that in transition. You can do that in the grocery store. You can do this anywhere you want, but I want you never to lose. That's a hip shift, hip shift, hip shift, right? Because as soon as you start losing that, you start trying to accomplish it like this. And think about what your spine has to do. So when I go this way, my spine is straight. It never side bends. It can. It just can't do it with a lot of intensity or loading. So if I can shift my hips, then my spine can stay super duper safe. Okay? Let's grab the foam roller, or you can grab your number 2 dumbbell. Just give yourself a little something to lift. Some people might even use a yoga block, right? So turned on its end. And from right here, we're going to go into those big reaches, driving those hips back, and you're just reaching with the right down the middle, come back, and that's coming from hip rotation, right? So we're just going to reach with your left, straight down the middle, reach with your right, 5 each side. Hips are driving back every time. Good. Okay, so now I'm at 2 times shoulder width. Bring your feet in, another one of those dance moves. Okay, so now we're at 1.5 times shoulder width. From here, we're gonna put thumbs to shoulders, right? So we want elbows back, not here, elbows down. And we're gonna use the hands as a counterbalance. So the hands are gonna come up as the hips go down. Drive hands up, hips down. 2. We're just gonna go 10 of these. 3, 4, up, up, up. 5, 6, 7, 8. See if you can force those hands even higher. 9, one more. And 10. Shake that out. We're going into a squat and reach. We're going to tip that forward, and it's going to look like this. Feet 1.5 times shoulder width, not too wide. Thumbs to shoulders. Tip right here. We're going to let the hips come up as the hands come down. And we're going into the gorilla lift. Then the hands are going to come back, drop down, and we come back up. I don't know if you heard the popping and cracking, but it was definitely my knees. Okay, we're going to set it up. In a squat, we're going to forward reach. We're going into the gorilla lift. We're going to stay in that gorilla lift. Okay, ready? Feet, if you can get into a nice squat without too much external rotation, so your toes can turn out a little bit here. Not much though, don't you go there, okay? Ever so slight external rotation. Ready? Thumbs to shoulders, drop into that squat. Tip forward just a little bit, let the hips come up. Palms up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chin back, chest up. 6, don't you be looking down, you should be looking up at me right now. 6, 7, you see where my hand is? It's inside of that knee, it's not way out here. Right up front. 1 more each side. Good. Good. Now from there, as we bring those hands back, the hips drop just a little bit, and come back up. Shake that out. Grab your number 2 dumbbells, both of them. We're going into a lateral step and reach. Hopefully you have your number 2s. You're going to go right into that position. The knee is in between the dumbbells, and you come right back. For your number 2 dumbbell, I've got 17.5. I recommend anywhere between 10 and 20 pounds for your number 2s, all right? We're gonna go through that same 10-8-6, all doing the same lateral step. 2 dumbbells, nice and strong on the lift. We got 10 to the right. Ready? Does anyone listen to music when they do these workouts? I'm thinking I would like to have a little bit of music in the background. Last time I did that with a Facebook post, they actually shut me down because I don't have a license for the music. But if you can have a little bit of music in the back, it might be kind of fun for you. 3, 5, 6, just a little bit of a bend here. 7, 8, 2 more. And 10. We go back the other way, 8 reps. Ready? Keep that knee in. Going the other way, 8 reps. Six, 7, 8. Last round of these, we got 6. Step together, last time going to the left. Hips to the back. 5 and 6. Going right back to the foam roller. This time we're going to use it on the lat. So laying sideways, thumb is up, and just kind of working, drag the skin across the rib cage under the arm. A little forward translation. We're just dragging skin across the ribs. There's a muscle in there. Some of you have bigger muscles than others. It's okay, as long as it gets the job done. Good. Switch to the other side. As you lay on the foam roller, the thumb is up, and you drag the skin across. When you have skin across bone, you still want it to glide through the fascial system. This is called osteofascial release. The other one is called myofascial release, or muscle across bone or across fascia. Okay, good. All right, for this first time through on this one, we're working these lateral reaches and through the hips. We're just going to do some weighted head wraps. We do this a lot with the Viper, and I know you don't have next week's schedule, but I'm going to sneak in an extra workout next week for those of you who have Vipers. We're going to do an extra workout together using that tool. It's a fun tool. So I want you to grab your number 2 dumbbells on the outside, and we're going to go away from that hip. And we're going to head wrap with weight. Again, if you have a neck injury or if your shoulders are a little bit spicy and unpredictable, use your number 1 dumbbell. And if you want, you can also just use your foam roller and just work on shoulder blade function. If you haven't gotten the gist today, I'm really working on thoracic spine mobility. We want to load things, but we also want to make sure we're holding our really, really good motion and movement. Movement trumps everything, right? Bad choice of words. Should never use that word again. Okay, so right hip down. We're going over the left shoulder. 10 head wraps. 2, 3. Drop it way behind your head here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. And there's this synchronicity that's starting to happen with my lower body and my upper body, that little bit of shifting. When you have a tight TFL, like if you had Adidas pants on, you'd have the stripe right along the TFL. If you're tight in your TFL, your chances to get that unhappy IT band really go up. So my friend Benoit from Canada, might not be live today, but he'll be watching this later. He's a beautiful athlete, but he's having a lot of IT band issues. So that kind of heightened my awareness that I'm sure a lot of us need to be careful of that. All right, left knee is down. We're going over the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Strong head wraps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go back to the foam roller really quick. Do a little bit more skin dragging, loosening up that thoracic spine. Good. And good. Okay, so we can get this done as active recovery in less than a minute. Right? Drag that across. And I want you to understand why we're doing it. This is just ensuring that even after we load tissue and fire up muscle, we don't lose mobility. That's a big deal, right? Okay, good. We're gonna go back to one more set. If you hate that half kneeling position, you can totally do this standing. I just like to unload my lower legs a little bit. Okay, right leg down. We're gonna go over the left shoulder. Grab the outsides of the dumbbell. If you have a kettlebell, just grab the damn kettlebell. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Nice, guys. Change to the other side. Head wrap. Left knee down, going up over the right shoulder. If you ever have a rotator cuff injury, this is a great exercise to just make it all work together. I think that's 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Shake that out. Grab a quick drink. No more water. Okay. Last thing we're going to do, I want you to grab your number 3 dumbbells, the big daddies. I'm using 25-pound plates today. And sometimes I want to use plates just so you guys know there's no rule on how we load, right? As you've been on this journey for months and months now, you've seen me work out with rocks before. So having nice equipment is just a gift. But if you don't, and you just have lighter dumbbells, or you have heavier dumbbells or kettlebells or whatever you have, weighted rocks, it totally works. We just need to overload the body. The body doesn't know what the heck you're lifting. It just knows it has to adapt to the new force. Okay, ready to go? You're gonna grab the number 3s in both hands. We're gonna do 1 set of 6 straight leg deadlifts just to prime that position. And then we're gonna get into a split stance, and we're gonna stay tipped, and we're gonna row, okay? So we'll start with inside shoulder width, 6 deadlifts. 1, we've already done many of these today. 2, so your low back should be ready to just understand that your hamstrings are gonna take most of this load, not your low back. If you have a good hip hinge, your low back is so happy with you, okay? Split stance, float your back heel, drive your hips to the back, 10 rows. And relax. That should be a good challenge. That's how heavy your number 3 needs to be. You're happy to put the weight down, and you're happy to take time between sets. That's how we know we're in a heavy loading strategy. If you're ready to go already, you need heavier number 3. Okay, we don't have any more deadlifts. We're just going to use the split stance. For those of you who are nailing it, when you use a split stance, make sure on your lead foot, you are driving in to your big toe. So I'm going to have my left leg in front on this one. Do a really good hip hinge, drive the hips to the back, and go into the row. On your lead leg, push into your big toe. Okay, ready? Here we go, split stance. Nice big posture, hip hinge. 10 reps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to stay with that same little pyramid that we have. We've got 8 on the next one. Heavy weight. This time, right leg will be in front of the left. Tip at the hip. 8 rows. Then our final set will be 6. You can start to feel that as you start to get fatigued with your upper back, that you can drive into the ground with your lower body, and it can help bring everything up and find that strength again. Okay? Right leg in front of left. Heavy load. Ready? Float that heel to the back. Take a big breath. Hip hinge. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, I'm going to guess with a degree of accuracy that about half of this group are triathletes or cyclists. And what I challenge you to on your next set of 8 is when you get tipped at the hip, this is you very comfortably in your hoods. This is you getting down into arrow position. And what you're going to feel is much more glute activation. So even if you don't ride a bike, you're not a triathlete, I challenge you to dive just a little bit lower, and you're going to feel this nice stretch. Hopefully some of you are getting a booty, you know? Ready? Here we go. Left leg, hold strong, tip at the hip, 8 reps. Get down. 6, 7, 8. Woo! One more set of 6. And I want to stick around for about another 5 minutes after class so we can chat a little bit, catch up. If you have any questions, comments, how you're feeling, it all matters. Okay, last 6. Stay low. Really dig in, because this is such a powerful position to be in, like in any sport and just in life. Just being able to make yourself small and strong and mobile, it's freaking magic. Okay, ready? Grab up nice and strong. Split stance. Make yourself small. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Same thing other side, last one of the day. Woo, it's been a good week. Okay, ready? Left leg in front of right. Use your foundation tools. Big breath, tip. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Whew. Nice